and in my experience, green things are good for you. Apart from
toxic waste.
How was that the first thing you came up with? It's so rubbish.
It's not.
Good evening and welcome to another video. And I just got back from work. I don't have to train, which is a bonus because I trained squat, bench and deadlift yesterday. I'll tell you about that in a little bit. It's freaking dark. It's got to the point now where it's getting really dark and really cold early, which sucks. I've got an exciting news. A muscle food delivery right here. I also have a MyProtein one, but I couldn't bother to carry it home because I'd be like mega box carrying and I can't handle that level of box carrying. I'll open that shortly and show you what it is. It's gonna be various kinds of meat. I think there's also a live beaver in there, so stay tuned for that. I need to get a snack. Before I do that, let's come and see what's going down in the fun zone, aka our front room. Oh, hi guys.
Reading a bit.
Just catching up on his reading. So this is like a, look at you get this. This is like a baby book, right? Now, whoever made this is kicking back and loving life, making money, because this has 4 pages and there's no words or it's just literally like contrast. Like kids, babies like it because it's all like high contrast, but ultimately it's 4 pages of like minimal effort. That would have taken about 5 seconds to make that, and they probably sold millions of them. So whoever made that is kicking back thinking, suckers! And in the meantime, little kids like Luca are unbelievably engaged. Luca, why do you like this so much? It's just black and white lines. Can you summarise, please, in under 20 words, why you are so engaged in this book, please? And go. And go. Yep, okay. Let's see what you're saying there. I mean, my personal favourite is probably page 4. It really kind of gets saucy on page 4. Look at those beauts. It's actually probably a bit inappropriate for a small child, but I'll leave you there with that one, Luke. I mean, you've probably read this about 40 times now and each of the same things, but each to their own. Also, been to baby massage today, so his head's a bit oily. You got hair gel in?
He's bored of you.
What the hell was that? It was like a yawn. Exasperation. Right, so it's too early for dinner, but like I said on numerous occasions, when I don't train, I'm aware, because ordinarily I'd be training in this time, so I obviously wouldn't eat, but now when I don't train in this time, I'm suddenly aware of the fact that I really am hungry and I really need food. So a couple of things I'm going to go for. Firstly, if you watched my last video, be aware of this, the greatest discovery known to man. Aldi's now do Oreos. Thank you very much. It's called cookies and cream, but they are essentially Oreos and they're bloody good. They're like very Oreo-ish in their makeup. Well, I'm gonna eat loads of those. Macro slash calorie wise, we are talking about like 50 calories per thingy. Now, I could eat 10 of those in about 30 seconds, so that's 500 calories done. I'm also going to have a banana, and also, because I forgot to bring them into work today, I'm going to have 100 grams of cashews, which again is like my go-to snack, because calorie wise, if you get a little focus, 100 grams of those is 550 calories. Now, as far as nuts go, cashews are A, the best, and B, by far the easiest to eat. So you can eat 100 grams of cashew nuts in like a few minutes, and that's 550 calories. So I'm gonna have all of that stuff, and have some water, because I'm feeling a little bit dehydrated. And then, I guess, we will begin to commence Operation Plan Dinner. Okay, you are behind the scenes of the thumbnail. It's just taken place. Luca is over it. He started crying. He's now out in the back. We were going to put him in the box, but I vetoed it because I think it's full of like weird meat water. So Thought it wasn't a good plan. This is what we got, very quick overview. Some salmon, which we're going to have in a minute, I believe. Some more salmon, some beef, got some halloumi, loads of halloumi because it's bloody incredible. The best cheese, IMO. Loads of prawns, I freaking love prawns. Sausages are decent. Fish pie mix is awesome, like a super easy fish pie mix. Put some potato on it, put some cheese on it, boom, you've got fish pie. And then some asparagus, some lamb, and then some coconut water, or as I call it, saliva, because it's pretty much the same thing. So, I think the plan that we're going to go for is some salmon now. It's getting late, Sarah's is hungry, I'm pretty hungry to be fair. So we're going to have salmon, and then I think we're going to go, I say think, we're going to have salmon with, where are the potatoes, Sarah's? The ones in the fridge, yeah. With these bad boys. They're called baby jagged potatoes. That's misleading because they're just potatoes. Like I think of jagged potatoes as being like whole potatoes with a big thick skin that you'd like peel open. These are just like baby potatoes, but they're decent. I'm ordinarily not a fan of baby potatoes. I feel like they're quite like hard and skank, but these ones are good and they're easy because they come in a bag with the sauce on them. So you literally just put them in the microwave. They're good to go. It's pretty lazy, but in situations like this where you have an 8-week-old child and you're hungry, then who freaking cares? Right, dinner is on the go, as you've just seen there, should be done in like 5 minutes. So I thought I'd take this chance to come and talk to you quickly about training and my plans for the future. I'm sat on the floor, BTW, next to the radiator because the heat has only just come on, so the house is still a little bit cold, whereas the radiator, conversely, is very warm, as radiators tend to be. Anyway, so first things first, training. I'm coming to the end of my current block of training, so I've been running like an 8-week training cycle, and I'm just finishing I'm midway through week 7 now. So I'll finish this, then I'm going to deload and test, which should be interesting, and then I'll start again. Training has been going well, to be fair. Like I've said it a few times, obviously I'm being very conservative with my numbers, particularly like with my squat numbers, but all in all things are starting to feel well, like starting to feel good, sorry. My numbers are going up, but my RPEs are getting a lot lower. I started using RPEs a lot more frequently, and yeah, my RPEs, my rating of perceived exertion, which is basically how hard things feel, is going down, which is obviously a pretty sweet trend to have. So the session I just did yesterday was my exciting session of the week. It was my Amrap session, which is where I do my designated sets, and then my last set will be an Amrap, which means as many reps as you can do. So it's a bit of a test, and that is A, a bit of fun, and B, influences what weights I do in the following week. So if I do well in my AMRAP sets, if I get some good numbers, then I'll increase the weights. If I suck in my AMRAPs, then I may leave the weights the same or only increase them slightly. If you watch my video from a couple of weeks ago called Deadlifts and Donuts, I think it was called, I go a bit more in depth into how my training is set up. Anyway, yesterday for my squat AMRAP, I did 192.5 kilos, which is like, I forget now, but it's 420 something pounds, I think. So again, not mega heavy, but I've gone to a much wider stance. I'm being a lot more strict to my form, so in that respect it is kind of, relatively speaking, it is quite heavy, and I got it for 7 reps, and to be honest, it felt fairly comfortable. I think I am being a little bit conservative with my AMRAPs at the moment. Like I could probably grind out a couple more across the board, but I'm trying to, obviously, particularly my squats where I deadlift afterwards, I don't want to kind of A, kill myself, and B, I'm just trying to leave a little bit in the tank because I do have a habit of being impatient and pushing everything really, really quickly, and then I run out of progression. So I'm trying to play the long game and be patient, and obviously make sure as well, most importantly, my form doesn't kind of collapse. With my squats, if I really grind the last couple of reps, my knees are probably going to go back to really caving in, and obviously I want to avoid that happening. But anyway, yeah, I got 7 reps and I'm pleased with that. And then moving on to deadlifts, I was doing 242.5 kilos, which is like 530 something pounds, I think. And again, I got it for 7 reps, and again, probably could have ground maybe like 1 or 2 more, but it would have been ugly. I'm trying to keep everything really, really tight. I've said it in that deadlifts and donut video, I did say it. I'm trying to focus on just pulling all the slack out of the bar, being really, really tight at the bottom, having no kind of moving parts, just have everything working in unison, simultaneous. And I feel like it's starting to work really well. Like I feel a lot stronger off the floor. I'm not yanking the bar, it's coming up nice and smoothly. So I'm fairly confident moving forward there. It should be interesting to see what I do when I test, because obviously before this training cycle I did have pretty much a full month off with Luca, so I mean, I guess if I can just hit or get near my current PRs, I'll be satisfied. Anything above that will be a bonus, but we'll see. Yeah, so I said, I mean, the squat for 7, the deadlift for 7, I will take that. I mean, I was doing triples leading up to the AMRAP, so to get what was a weight for sets of 3 for a set of 7 is obviously decent. I mean, it was conservative, like I said, so that's kind of to be expected, but yeah, I'll definitely take that. And then it sets me up nicely. I've got a couple more days left of this week, then I will deload and then I will test. So obviously stay tuned to see that stuff. And then moving forwards, I do want to compete, but like the problem I have is that I know that if I get a competition in sight, what will happen is I'll end up rushing things and just pushing through numbers faster than I should, and particularly with my squat, again, my form will go back to how it was before, which was bad, and it will be, this basically the whole process would have been a waste of time. So I'm going to hold off on the competition. I'm thinking absolute earliest will be early next year, realistically maybe more like mid next year, because I really want to give myself a chance to build up over time, get everything nailed down, again, particularly with my squat, so that when it comes to competition time, like, there's no doubts about what my technique's going to be like, and I can obviously go out and hit some huge PRs with good form. Anyway, I can smell the salmon. That could just be my fish farm, because I am now the owner of a fish farm. It's in, I say fish farm, it's my bath. I basically just stole loads of koi carp from a is it koi carp? Koi carp. Your face is rubbish. I stole loads of koi carp from a local pond, and they're now in my bath. I haven't actually filled it up yet, so I should probably check that because they've been there for like 4 days, but I'm assuming they're fine. And this, my friends, is it. 3,700 calories in 1 meal. Psych, if I was to eat 15 of them. Yeah, this is salmon, potatoes and asparagus. Now obviously this is not a bulking meal, this is very calorie sparse, but it's nice, and on the plus side it means I can eat loads of crap afterwards to make up for calories. Ultimately, if I ate like big bulky crappy meals all the time, Sarah's obviously eats the same food as me, she'd end up looking like Lisa Riley. No one wants that. You're laughing because you know. To be fair, you do actually look a lot like Lisa Riley, just like a smaller version of Lisa Riley. If you Google Lisa Riley, you know what I'm talking about. Hashtag you've been framed. Great girl, great personality. She's been bulking for a while, I imagine. Anyway, let's give it a go, see what's going down. This is grilled salmon BTW, which is a good kind of salmon. Grilled, good grilling. These are awesome by the way, so these are like what, £1 something, do you reckon? £2? £30?
30.
I don't know, it's like £1, like maybe like £1. I'm saying £1.43 from Aldi's. They take literally 2 minutes to microwave and they're really, really good. I definitely recommend getting them. If you are a lazy weasel, then yeah, definitely recommend them. Asparagus, like, the jury's out as far as I'm concerned, but it's green, and in my experience, green things are good for you. Apart from
toxic waste.
How's that the first thing you came up with? It's so rubbish.
It's not.
That was good salmon. I give it like an 8 out of 10 on the salmon scale. And actually, surprisingly, left me quite full up. Like, that is a brilliant example why, if you are bulking, it's hard to eat like home cooked meals. And that was like a really nice kind of healthy, you know, clean, whole food, like home cooked meal, whatever. And I'm fairly full, and it was probably at absolute best maybe 700 calories, so that's kind of the opposite to what you want. Obviously, when if I'm trying to get like 6,000 calories in, that's like not ideal. So it is nice to eat. Obviously you can't eat crap all the time, but you do need to get a bit of a mix, because otherwise you are going to struggle. Unless you have an incredible eating capacity, you are going to struggle to get calories in. Anyway, I've had a shower, I'm wearing clean clothes. I know what you're thinking, that t-shirt is unbelievably nice. Thanks guys, thanks. This is one of the new MyProtein ones. You've probably seen, I've worn that like salmon, orangey salmon colour one a few times. This is like the blue version of it. I really, really like it. It's kind of like you can wear it in the gym, but obviously it's also something you can wear. I would gladly wear it out like I have done. So, like I've said it a few times, right? MyProtein obviously is not predominantly a clothing company, but because they're such a huge company, they can obviously charge really, really like minimal prices, and therefore if you look at their clothing, honestly they have loads of stuff and it's freaking cheap. Like, I saw a couple of their black t-shirts that are really nice for like £8 the other day. So use my My Protein link, it's in the description below this video. Use my discount if you want to, that's 10% off. If you don't want it, that's fine, you can probably find better ones elsewhere. I mean, for example, yesterday they had like 70% off loads of their clothes, so just go on there now, buy some stuff. If you need some new clothes, of course, buy it, because it's freaking genuinely freaking awesome. Anyway, I need to get my calories up, because obviously, like I said, that meal was not enough. So what better way to do that than popcorn of the sweet variety. And anyone BTW that likes salty popcorn, you're a freak. Why are you even here? Quite clearly you can see delicious popcorn that's perfectly sweet. I mean, perfectly sweet, that's subjective, because to some people, for me, I, for example, like really sweet stuff. My grandma doesn't, so for her, she'd probably say, oh, that's a bit too sweet. Well, she's Italian, so she'd be like, oh, that's too sweet, that. But for me, it's good. This whole bag, just do the maths, has got 950 calories in, so before we get to work, I'm also gonna finish. There's like 3 Oreos left. Gonna finish those. Probably have a little look at Luca's book, because as you saw earlier, it's unbelievably gripping. And speaking of books, I just started a new book on anti-gravity. I can't put it down. Lemon is quite bitter. Okay, that's me done, my friends. Just finished Narcos. Bloody hell, that was good. I thought I'd finish it the other day. I thought for some reason there was only 8 episodes in the series season 1. So the other day I finished episode 8 and was like, and then I realised there was 2 more episodes. So just finished episode 10 now. It's freaking good, OMG. There is another season there, and I believe, I'm led to believe, there is a 3rd season being made as well, so that's pretty cool. Yeah, but for now, before I go to bed, I need to have my pre-bed drink, which, as you should know by now, unless you have an unbelievably porous memory or you are new to my channel, is about 400 ml of whole milk, to which I will add 30 grams of chocolate smooth whey, 5 grams of creatine, or Crea Pure actually, and then because I'm not satisfied with my calories this evening, I will also add a big old dessert spoon of coconut oil, which is solid at room temperature. But very simply, you heat up the milk for like a minute, and then when you add the coconut oil to it, it will melt. The mistake I made initially, and don't make this mistake as well, guys, if you melt the coconut oil, as soon as you add it to the cold milk, it will solidify again, and when you drink it, it's like drinking wax. It's freaking disgusting. So make sure you heat up the milk, and then the coconut oil stays melted, and you can down it in like 10 seconds, and it's like an easy 500 calories. But be warned, about 10 seconds after downing it, you will be like, oh, because you're suddenly aware there being essentially a massive lump of fat in your body. So obviously be prepared for that. Anyway, on that note, I'm going to finish. So I sincerely hope you've enjoyed the video, guys. If you have enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up. If you haven't enjoyed it, give it a thumbs up as well. And I will see you tomorrow.